Good morning, everyone. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who is attending this training session today. We began this conversation a few weeks back. The title of this series essentially is Strategic Communication During COVID-19. And we just thought that this was so important, especially right now as things in workforce are continuing to change, to just really take a look at how we view outreach, how we communicate with our participants and our partners, and just try to find creative and strategic ways to continue to do that. We began the conversation with a training on MailChimp, how to distribute mass emails to our listservs. And today we're continuing that same conversation, and we're talking about a tool that can be used. I know a lot of times we see graphics and things on social media, and we automatically assume maybe we don't have the skills or the resources necessary to reproduce, but we're so excited to introduce to you an interactive tool called Canva that Tyler, our graphic designer, will be walking us through today. And hopefully, if you're able to follow along at the end of this training, you'll be able to spruce up your social media pages, and not only that, just begin to be more creative with your outreach and make it aesthetically pleasing for your audience. So again, I just want to welcome you. Thank you all for continuing to participate in this conversation and throughout this dialogue, because we do want you to dialogue with us. Please throw questions in the chat so that you can help steer the conversation. And if we can address them during the actual training, we'll definitely follow up with you after. Thank you again for joining, and enjoy the training.
All right, thank you, Shamika, and good morning to everyone. Thank you for showing up. This is substantially more people than I thought were going to show up for this. I'm very happy everyone could be here this morning. So there are some files that were emailed out yesterday, but they're also dropped into the chat box. There's a link, and I've got a few files that everyone can use. The way that I set this up was everyone has the opportunity to follow along with this guide that I made. It's just called Canva Basics, and that's in that folder. It's a PDF. You can print it out, or you can just follow along as I do this, because I'm going to try to go through everything really slowly so it's easy for everyone to follow along. And then this is also being recorded, just to let you know, and it's going to be in the quarterly newsletter that's coming up soon as well afterwards. So you can follow along with this. You can follow along later if you have any questions with anything, you need any help with anything with Canva. I'm also available. I'm going to have my email up later. It's tyjohnson@tcsg.edu. I'm going to have that on the screen towards the end of this. And I can even jump on a Zoom call later if you'd like me to. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to start off with going to canva.com. Has everyone, sorry, everyone's on mute. So if you've already created a Canva account, if you want to follow along, or if you just want to go by the PDF, you can as well. Of course, that's still there for you. Let's go to canva.com. And when you first go to canva.com, if you already created your account, this is going to be the first thing that shows up. You've got your login button up here on the top right. And then it's just going to ask you to put in your email and your password. If you've not already created an account, it's going to actually send you a verification email as well if you're first doing it right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and click login, and then you're going to get to your home screen. And the first time you go to the home screen, I understand it can be just a tad intimidating, but I'm going to go through it with you. But first of all, of course, I would like to go over the branding just a little bit. So in that document, let's see, where is it? Right here, Photoshop versus Canva, and the style guide. The style guide right here is a PDF that I created. There is a style guide that is much more in depth, but this is a very basic rundown of I've got the branding colors, I've got how to use the logo, and the fonts. with Canva, the only thing that that keeps me from using Canva regularly is that they do not offer Arial and Gotham, which are the two fonts that we really should be using, and anything forward-facing for WorkSource Georgia. There is a font that is really close that I've been using. It's right here, called Open Sans. It's a free font from Google. But whenever using anything else involving WorkSource and you're not using Canva to create it, if you could please stick to either Gotham or Arial for branding consistency. So I've also created this this PDF that breaks down why I suggest that you should try using Canva for creating social media posts. Of course, the top one I believe is that it's free. Free is great. There is a pro version as well, but the pro version, I feel that you can get pretty much everything that you need out of the free version for creating social media posts. There's just so much to offer. With a lot of free things online, you're very limited in terms of like there's like a paywall, like, oh, you can't access images anymore. With the free version, you should be able to access as many images as your heart desires and create as many social media posts as you would like. And so now I'm going to go into how to use Canva. So if everyone is logged in to the Canva page or they're following along with the PDF, all logged in. You're following along, that's page 3 on the PDF now. We're on the home screen, and we're going to click on social media. Sorry, we're going to click on templates. We're going to go to Instagram post. Now, the reason I'm choosing Instagram post is because, as I'm sure some of you know, Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company. So if you have a Facebook account and it's linked with your Instagram account, you can post on both at the same time with the exact same image size. It's very handy. So when you're creating an Instagram template from all the pre-made templates, sorry, I believe they've actually changed it a little bit since I created this just a couple of days ago. But as you can see, there are a huge number of templates just right out of the bat. As soon as you click on Instagram, it shows you all of these different templates you can create. So the one, there it is. Okay, so on the second row, you can see organic veggie basket is 10% off. That's the one that I decided to use with our guide. So when you click on it, it's going to come up and you just click use this template. And we're going to get to our editing screen. All right, so on our editing screen, this right here is the canvas. If you create something new without a template, it's just going to be white. And it's going to be that square or rectangle or whatever size it's going to be for whichever platform you're using. So first off, as you'll notice, if you hover over certain elements, there's a blue outline around them. Like when you click on it, see there's these little white circles that appear. That's because you can scale it. For the purpose of this demo, I wanted to show this one because it has all these elements in case you wanted to add some of your own. However, for this presentation, we're going to be deleting them just to also show you how easy it is to add and subtract things from your template. So you just click on it and you hit the either delete or the backspace key. PC or Mac is generally the same. And we're just going to go through and we're going to clear out all of these elements. Okay. And then now we're just left with the background color and we're left with our text. So with the text, editing the text is pretty straightforward and simple. I'm also going to delete this one up here, the summer harvest sale. And we've got this text here. which we would like to center. So simply up here on the right-hand side, you can see my mouse here, just click position and put it right in the center. And I'm also going to put it right here in the middle. Okay, is everyone following along okay so far? Any questions? No? Okay, well, I've also got my coworker Andrea that's monitoring the chat as well. So if I don't see anything, she'll make sure that I see it. Okay. So now we want this to be the correct font. So we're going to go up here to the top left, and you're going to see Joseph and Sans bold. We want to use Open Sans. So because I've recently used it, it's got a pop up here, which is a great feature, I believe, for Canva. Is like whenever you're using fonts and you want to try to find them again easily. So we're just going to type in Open Sans and see all the different font options. And because it's selected, I could just click Open Sans and it just instantly changes everything to Open Sans, just like that. And I don't want the underline on the bottom, so I'm going to click underline twice. Yep, just like with Word or PowerPoint, pretty simple and straightforward. On the top here, for alignment, you just click it, and it'll change. There's also the right justified, left justified, but we're going to go centered with this one. Okay. Now, to make this more interesting, we're going to go over to the tabs over here. As you can see, there's quite a few different ones. We're just going to add a simple photo, and we're going to use it in the background. There are thousands and thousands of free photos that you can use. So for this one, I'm just going to choose Welder. I actually just created a social media post for Welder yesterday. Not for the demo, actually, for our Instagram page. So we're just going to pick one, and whenever you click on it, it immediately appears right in the middle of your canvas. And just having the photo like this, I think is a little stale, and it's a little hard to read. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the corner and we're going to scale it up, and we're going to make it take up the whole background. Now, when you do this, you can play with the positioning to make it more interesting and things, but if you drag it around, you see that little purple line in the middle? That's telling you that it's centered up and down. But if you keep dragging it around, you'll eventually see one for there we go. So now it's centered both horizontally and vertically, but also you have your position up here because it's already in the center and the middle. Just go ahead and tells you that it's grayed out. All right. And for this one, because it's a little difficult to read the text, right up here in the top right corner, we have transparency. Now, for different images, you're going to need to select different amounts. For this one, it looks like around 25% should work just fine. But now that we have it like this, I feel like we could jazz it up just a little bit more if we select on the background. Now, the background is going to be the exact same size as the canvas, whatever color it comes with. So we're going to go to let's go to text here. So in the top left corner, for background, you can add textures and other elements if you want to, like a brick wall or something. But for this one, because this template automatically comes with a background color, you can just go up here and you can just select different colors. This orange does look similar to the WorkSource orange, but it's not exactly the same, which is one of the reasons why I decided to create this handle style guide. We can just go over, generally speaking, for anything web related, you're just gonna use this hex code right here. So for the orange, it's F58220. You can also use the RGB code if you want to, but I feel it's a little easier to remember the hex code when you're trying to go in and put things in. So F58220, and we're going to go up and we're going to select new color. Just type in F58220. All right. And now we have our background image. It's about like we want it. You can still scale it. You can play with it more. That's completely up to you. And this text right now, it's a little difficult to read, I think. Maybe a different headline of some sort. You learn how to weld. Something catching. Generally, whenever you're creating Instagram posts, the attention span for the average person using Instagram is very small. So I think the best analogy that I've come up with for how little time you have to catch people's attention is think of a fireworks show pre-pandemic. In the grand finale, all the fireworks going off, right? Essentially, when someone's scrolling through, you're trying to be one of the fireworks during the grand finale. That's about how much time you have to catch someone's attention while everything else is going off at the same time. So when I try to create images for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I try to put as few words with as catching of a headline as possible to catch people's attention and to pull them in to where they look at it. They say, oh, what's that about? And then they look at below it, you'll put all of the, like your link or any other information that you want them to see underneath in the caption so that they're more likely to engage with it. So I try to put as few words as possible, 4 or 5. I even put a few examples towards the beginning of this PDF here. But with the text, I feel like white would stand out a lot better against the orange. So if you go up to the top right here, you click text color. It's the letter A with the color bar underneath it. And you just click white. And instantly, I feel like that pops quite a bit more. And then you can even play with the spacing a little bit. If you look up here at the top next to effects, pull it down, you can change the line height. 1.4, I believe, is the default for this size. All right. And there's one more element that I would like to add to it. In the folder as well, I have included a white chevron, which is a pretty basic chevron. It's just the points. As you can see, I've already added it. But if you have your folders open and Canva at the same time, you can just click and drag it straight in, and you'll see automatically right over here in your left-hand side, it says drop to upload your file. You can just drop it right in. All right. And once you click it, it appears right in the middle, and we can just throw that right on the bottom. We can scale that down. We can drag it so it's right in the middle. All right. Nice and simple. Okay. And now we have created an Instagram post. Of course, if you want to make any other changes, you can increase the size, play with the transparency a little bit. You got your Instagram post, or Facebook post, or Twitter post. And then once you got it exactly where you want it, you just go up right here to the top, click download, and there are several different image types that you can download. I suggest sticking with PNG, just like Canva suggests. The images just seem to turn out a lot better when you download them from Canva. And just click download, and then it's going to save to your downloads folder on your computer. And That's it for creating the image. Now, once you've created your image, there is a very, very helpful feature which I've been trying to utilize a lot more lately, which is folders. The image ratio that this was created in. So for Instagram, because I just went to Instagram templates, it automatically creates the image size for you, but I believe Instagram is 1080 by 1080. Okay, awesome. All right, and also it does automatically save everything as you're doing it. If you go to File up here, you see Save. It says All Changes Saved, but you can also click Save just to have that little bit of peace of mind. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to save it to a folder. So you go to File up here in the top left, click Save to Folder, and then we're going to have Create New. Right, and call this Social Media Welding. And then if you click Add New Folder, and you instantly have save this to a folder. Now, on your tabs on the left-hand side, you can look at your folders. It doesn't appear that it showed up yet. Okay, well, there's one surefire way in Canva to look at it. So we're going to click on Home. Okay, and then over here on the left-hand side, there's all of your folders. And then you can see all the folders here. Likes, purchased. I mean, if you get the Pro version, purchase is going to come in handy, but we're just creating 3 things here. And then if you click on your social media welding, there you go. It shows up. So you can make a copy. Like say you like how this one looks and you want to make some changes to it, you can just click make a copy. There's this in the upper right hand corner, there's these 3 little dots, ellipses if you will. You just click that, and you could even change it to another folder. You can download it, all sorts of options, or even delete it if you'd like. Okay. And if you just click on it again, it'll just show up ready to edit right in your canvas. I would also like to acknowledge that there are a couple areas. I'm sure there's more, but there's 2 that stood out to me. Like East Central Georgia was showing me like they've been using Canva, and they've been using the MailChimp as well for creating email campaigns, and I'm pretty impressed. Works for Georgia Mountain as well. They've been creating their own images. Okay, sorry, I'm going to go back into folders real quick. So for duplicating images, now after showing everyone, I'd like to encourage you after seeing this to go ahead and explore on your own to look at some of the features that Canva has to offer. You can take a pre-existing image and just go ahead and have fun with it. I mean, if you just want to make something simple, like add a simple wall background, just go ahead and have fun with it. There's also the option as well. This is a very fun one that I like to play with on my own. You can add video as well. There's a video tab over here on the left-hand side, and you could just find something that you like, click on it, and it instantly appears right in the middle of your canvas. And just like with regular images, you can just click and drag to enlarge it, center it. Okay. Also, while you have your canvas open, working on something, you can easily duplicate. Like when you have it inside of your canvas, you just. Sorry, Annie. 1 second. I'll get right to that. Okay, so you just go up to the right and hit duplicate. Okay. Can you add your own photos and videos? Yes, you can. Like how I added the chevron here, which in the folder I have also included white versions of all the different local workforce development areas in PNG. Sorry, color versions of all the, without a background, all the different PNGs for all the different areas and all the different versions. But I have the chevrons as well. Did you see how I just clicked it and dragged it in? I'll do it again real quick. With the first one, Southwest Georgia. All right, so if you want to add an image, you can either click on uploads and click upload an image or video, and then you would either use like Instagram or your Google Drive or your Dropbox. But if you want to do it on your own device, on your computer, you just click device, and then you just go find it in your computer. Or if you have it open, you can just click it and drag it. And as you click and drag, it'll say drop download, upload your file. So yes, any photo, or just like with the logo, you can add any photo that you like. Okay, I believe that concludes my portion of the training, unless anybody has any other questions. Right now I'm going to put on the screen this is my contact information. All right, so if you have any questions about Canva, any help using it in any way or shape or form, you can just email me and I'll get right back to you. We can even jump on a Zoom call if you'd like. And then I also have a design request form you can go to, like if you want me to create something for you, if I could generally have a two-week leeway for that, just so I have enough time to create it. And also, if you want any feedback on any designs that you've created, say you're not getting the engagement that you're looking for with your social media, we would also like to help you with that as well if you need any help. All right, thank you, everyone.